Hey everybody, it's Carl Krenzel with Carl Buys Houses, and today I've got 6 great benefits for owner financing for homeowners here in the Tucson area. Today I'd like to just cover one of these agreements, and one of those agreements is called a rent-to-own contract, and that you can use that to sell your home here in Tucson. Now, rent-to-own contracts are not standard boilerplate agreements. There's a lot of aspects of the deal that can be modified to better suit a buyer or a seller. Now, the terms of the lease, the down payment, and the responsibilities of both the buyer and the seller can all vary from contract to contract. And when the agreement is structured correctly, a home seller has the potential to come out ahead when all is said and done. Let's go ahead and discuss some of these benefits. First, you get cash up front. Now, just because you opt to use owner financing does not mean that your buyer will be able to avoid a down payment, When a seller offers financing for a property, even if it's for short term in a rent-to-own situation, they still want to collect some kind of down payment up front to secure the deal and to protect the seller from any loss. Now, this upfront cash is often referred to as the option fee, which gives the buyer the option to buy the home at the end of the lease term. Now, this fee can be anywhere from 2 to 7% of the final purchase price. However, a smart seller will keep this number on the low side to ensure that they aren't inadvertently pushing away any buyer or potential buyers from asking because the option fee is just unaffordable. The second benefit to you is a guaranteed income. Now, if you don't have to have all your money up front, or you'd prefer to have a lot more money over time, then this is going to really interest you. When you use owner financing or rent-to-own agreement to sell your house, you will help ensure that you're bringing in income each and every month. Now, your buyer or your tenant is not going to want to risk defaulting on their agreement, so you can almost guarantee your money will be received on time every month. Having an extra income can mean a huge change for you and your family. Think about it. It can be like having a second job without having to spend all the time away from your family and do all the extra work. Many landlords are desperate to find a tenant, right? But when owner financing comes into play, tenants will line up at the chance to buy a home outright. Another benefit for you is that you have a larger pool of buyers. Now, when you offer owner financing to help sell your home in the Tucson area, it'll help bring an entirely new pool of buyers to your home. People who weren't able to qualify or afford a down payment on a traditional mortgage will be able to come to you. Now, of course, you're going to want to run a background check and a credit check to make sure you don't end up in an agreement with the wrong person who can't ultimately buy your home. But offering owner financing for your property in Tucson, you'll be able to find many more potential buyers for your home, and you'll be able to help someone who has a dream of home ownership but isn't quite ready to do it all on their own. Another benefit for you is you'll be able to get your asking price. Now, if you've put a lot of money into your home, you'll want to listen up. Buyers are usually willing to pay your asking price in exchange for the opportunity to purchase your home. Now, listen, your price should be reasonable and in line with what other properties are selling for in the area. And you might have to wait a year or two to officially close. And if you don't mind collecting a rent payment instead of having the total profit from your home right away, well, then you'll likely be able to collect your asking price without having to lose any money on the sales. You'll have an upper hand in the negotiations, as the buyers are not going to want to have their offer rejected. One clear benefit is you're going to have a fast sale. Now, by opening your door to new buyers, you'll likely encounter a lot of people who will literally jump at the chance to buy. Now, typically you'll find a competent buyer right away. A traditional sale could have you waiting a couple months, 45, 50, 60 days, until you find a suitable buyer, and then you've got to wait for them to go through their appraisal and their conditioning. They may not even qualify. But by signing a rent-to-own agreement right away with a potential buyer, you will immediately limit your liability, and you'll help to end a good amount of home ownership costs that you previously had been facing, because now the new buyer is going to take care of that for you. Freedom from expenses. This is another clear one. If you're in a situation where you're buying two homes, you're buying a new home, you've got an old home, you're rent to own, something like that where you got two home payments, once you have a tenant or a prospective buyer in place, typically the repairs and the maintenance costs are gonna fall on their shoulders. Now, that's not to say that you're off the hook for all costs, but you will be able to alleviate the majority of the routine and, maintenance costs homeowners often face. By eliminating these expenses from your budget each month, you'll be able to save up even more money towards the purchase of a new Tucson investment home. Now, there's nothing that says you need to hold on to the house forever. The traditional methods of selling don't always attract the right buyer. Offering owner financing on the sale of your home can quickly turn the tables, helping you find a buyer almost immediately. Learn more about the perks of owner financing for home sellers in Tucson. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I'm a licensed realtor, broker here in the state of Arizona. My name is Carl Krenzel with Carl Buys Houses. Feel free to call me today at 520-403-6227. Thanks a lot and have a great day.